This is going to be a great battle at the face-off X. I think the midfield will tell a tremendous amount about which way this game goes. Ground balls off the wings.
Colucci had it momentarily, and now the ground ball is picking up by Virginia. Ben Weyer. And Virginia nearly threw it away, but Nunes is back to get it. And we get set to go here. Sellout crowd here at Jordan Field in Cambridge for Harvard and Virginia.
They're massive. They're such big, athletic, hyper-skilled players. Here's your opportunity here. Short stick matchup for Schutz.
There is Schutz, who goes dodging right. His quick shot hit the post. Virginia, though, is right back on it. And the Cavaliers back to work, and that shot goes from Peyton Cormier right on cue. Gives the Cavaliers an early lead.
The big man from Mimico gets right to the backside chalk. He knows right where Schellenberger's eyes are going to lead, and does a terrific job of holding the ball for half a second, and he's on the scoreboard already. Colsey picks the ball up. Great job getting it through X. There he is, right on the backside. You can see Cormier just drifts away from his short stick and finishes.
So Peyton Cormier, who, as we said, came in second in the country in goals per game. He's already UVA's career leader in goals.
Coach Tiffany has always recruited dynamic athletes, and I think when he went to Virginia from Brown, he got the opportunity to recruit Power 5 football-type athletes to build this roster.
Here is Schellenberger, one of the best in the country. Good setup for Cormier, and his shot is stopped. So first save of the game for Barnard.
This is Harvard's version of what Coach Tiffany called early offense. You can see they're pulling a player out, making Virginia have to play 5-on-5.
And our first flag of the game comes out with the save made by Matthew Nunes, where the Crimson might have a little bit of a statistical advantage. They've been very good on the man-up this year. Virginia's man-down defense does not stand out statistically. So we'll see if the Crimson can take advantage. Bounce shot, and they do. Logan Ipp ties it early.
Eric, you mentioned it earlier. He's one of the most efficient shooters in the country. Here's an extra man opportunity. All Ipp really has to do is step down and shrug through an approaching defender, and he puts the ball on cage. Nunes, very little he can do here from 10 yards. Just switched over to play more of a defensive role in the last few weeks, getting a lot of playing time in critical situations.
Jerry Byrne mentioned some of those guys as being so important. That shot finds its way, and it does just cross the line. I think that Barnard got a piece of it before it does trickle over the goal mouth and in for a Virginia 2-1 lead.
Virginia with the, shall we say, the fruit of riches of having two inside finishers in Canadian. You got Peyton Cormier, and here's Jack Boyden. I think that's 28, finding a way to get the ball on goal. But these two young men are so hyper-skilled with their strong hands. That's great setup. He plays the defender on his back and finishes that off his knees. Great finish.
They work here on the offensive end. Ball comes out. Ground ball to Harvard. And then we play on with a clean check at first. The Crimson are still on it. It was Martin Nelson who came up with the initial ground ball for Harvard, and then King gets to it before it got to the Virginia sideline and picks up the ground ball.
I love the officials keeping the pocket, their flags in their pockets.
But it's Harvard on the offensive end, down by a goal. Quick try in front, good save, rebound following up. Nunes got it twice. The second effort from John Arndt, and a great save by Nunes there. He stopped two. Here is Teddy Malone, dodging, turning, a shot is stopped by Nunes. So Matthew Nunes makes another save. It's his fifth save already. Virginia goes quickly. Cormier's shot denied on the other end by Barnard.
For lack of a better word, blowout.
Yep, 20-8. Yep.
That final score was, you know, you're imagining how incredible the Herculean effort was by the Crimson in the second half.
Here's a quick try. Did that go? First one did not from Cormier, and then he got a second effort right away, and it immediately squirts out to the near side. Good pressure, though, by Schellenberger to get possession quickly back for Virginia. Cavaliers start quickly here. That's a turnaround shot behind the back from Colsey that did not go. That was 3 in a row of how did that ball not go in there for Virginia. Top 5 nationally, both of these teams on the man up. Colsey back for Schellenberger. That's a ball that rolls into Barnard. So Harvard 2 in a row, they shut down.
Coach Byrne and the defense playing a 5-man rotation that allows the whole group to play together and cover the 6 fantastic shooters for Virginia.
Good.
And they did a great job forcing that knockdown inside.
Yeah, good pressure then on the ride, though, for Virginia, and the Cavaliers are back on possession. That was Cole Kastner, who, as you said, we're going to call his name a lot, who caused a turnover there. And Virginia is right back in with possession here. Logan Ipp, who has the Harvard goal so far in the game. King from X, turning, couldn't get the shot away. What a defensive effort by Cole Kastner, one of the best in the country. But Harvard's right back on it, going quickly, rip, and they score! Jack Spidell with his second goal ties the game at 2.
That makes me so happy, because now I can definitely track down his parents and say, congratulations, Jack scored a goal. Let's hand over some sandwiches. But you see how fundamental the first year is? Plays his role and finds his spot in this Harvard offense. Sam King draws the attention. But how about that feed from Miles Botkus, who's been on a tear? The lefty from the West Coast, feeding the ball and supporting his teammates so far this season. I agree, and here are those high picks on the wings for Virginia. Just trying to find matchups and create difficult opportunities for this Harvard defense.
Cave Millen right now working against Nelson. Millen gets in, and a save by Barnard. Boy, is he on his game right now. Sam King works it back to X. Here's Dowling. Forced high. Pass comes through the middle. Still on possession. They score! John Arndt gives Harvard the lead.
Joe Dowling with a heavy carry through traffic finds John Arndt. But you can see what Harvard's trying to do. They're running picks at Kastner so Sam King can get touches. But Virginia's just so tough to beat that the rest of the band's gonna have to step up for Harvard. You can see how excited John Arndt is there coming off the field. But that's just continually doing their plan and running their scheme. And how about that, running through 2 sticks, and he beats Nunes on a high bouncer, stick side high.
That was affected before it got to the net. Harvard found it though. 7:23 remaining first half. Straight on chance, right to the side of the net, and King scores! Jackson Green sets up Sam King, and Harvard has scored 3 goals in a row and has a 4-2 lead over Virginia. What a run for the Crimson right now. Great setup by Green. And Sam King, second nationally in points per game, has his first goal of the day. 4-2 the lead for Harvard over UVA. King cycling again, got it to Ipp. Is there a position to shoot? No, he goes with the pass. It bounces through. Malone actually got a chance at it as he went diving across the crease. Harvard does find it momentarily, but now it's given away. And Virginia's back on possession here with John Schroeder.
That was an incredible ground ball shot by Malone.
Remember, Harvard has nearly forced Virginia down to 0 on their possession twice already today. Schellenberger got the pass off. Nowhere to shoot. Great defensive play there against Schutz. Who's the ground ball going to? It's Harvard's.
Harvard defensively is doing a great job taking away the strong hands of these players. Each one of them have highlight films hours and hours long, and Harvard clearly paying attention and trying to make Virginia be deliberate.
Harvard going quickly, bouncing, ball goes! Jack Peterson with his first career goal! Harvard has scored 4 in a row, it's 5-2.
I would struggle to think of a team that would be better to score my first collegiate goal against than the University of Virginia on a beautiful weekend here in Cambridge, but you can see how fast the Crimson are playing, and there's Teddy Malone feeding the ball instead of carrying it. Sam King scoring off ball instead of dodging. Harvard is really putting the pieces together here, up 5-2, excuse me.
4 in a row here for the Crimson in this second quarter. And it's a 5-2 lead for Harvard over number 2 Virginia. Crimson at 6-2 overall, Virginia 8-1, and that's why Griffin Schutz sneaks inside and ends the run for the Crimson and makes it 5-3.
You can see right there why the first thing you're taught at lacrosse camp is stopping the ball, just like at basketball camp. You have to stop the ball. And the big man, Griffin Schutz, gets where he wants to, and he beats the slide as well. That's difficult for Harvard if they're going to compete. They have to slow down right there. Sean Jordan has to engage because Peyton Cormier is left with his hands free, so you have to stop the ball here.
quarter. It's worked well for the Crimson, who have a 2-goal lead and possession with under 4 minutes to go in this first half.
Scheme-wise, here's a major adjustment, pushing from the middies.
Low shot is stopped by Noon, so his first save in a little while. That was Jack Peterson on the shot.
Botkus' release is so effortless. He doesn't even have to move his hands off those ground balls. It's just so fun to watch.
There's a bounce shot, stopped by Nunes. Harvard's right back on it. Botkus had the opportunity again. Here's Malone, diving chance, he scores! Teddy Malone, count it. It's 6-3, Crimson lead.
That was a massive goal. Coach Tiffany made the point, Eric, in the pregame phone call about sliding and sliding fast and often. No slide there to Teddy Malone. And he took it right across the face of the crease. You see he gets underneath his defender, and then it's just go time. He launches himself.
And does a great job in his landing to stay out of the crease there. So that was that brief conversation. You'll get a great look at it. Yep, he's out.
Wow, that drone view is incredible. That view we just saw.
Timer does not reset there off the side of the cage, so 27 to shoot for the Crimson. 6-3 is the Harvard lead. Here is Malone, got his position, it gets blocked, comes right back out. Botkus with a chance, that's stopped clean by Nunes.
This is not what Harvard needs, a chance for Virginia to get in transition, and that is a big ground ball.
As the Crimson cycle on offense here, let's check in with the third member of our team, Joel Godet.
Adam, you noticed at the end of the first half, you said Harvard had some of their offensive men stuck playing defense.
Here's a quick chance in. Peterson is stopped, but a flag comes out at the end of it. Well, you know, we talked about it from the crowd standpoint today as Harvard goes a man up here. How many fans are here getting to see high levels of players, but you're getting to see high levels of coaching as well between these two. Terry Burton, Lawrence Tiffany, trying to engage in the chess match. That's 6-3 Harvard right now, early stages, third quarter here from Jordan Field and the Crimson on the man up, turning shot, it goes! Graham Blake with his 5th man-up goal of the season, and Harvard has a 7-3 lead.
Graham Blake was about a minute away from a chirp there. The shooter needs to find his rhythm again. He started really hot this season, and here he's doing what he's paid to do. I hate to use that analogy, and he is not, but he's putting the ball high to low on the cage, and that's what the Crimson need here at home.
Now 12-10, Harvard with the 12 turnovers so far in the game.
Those back and forth turnovers are tough here. We're still starting early part of the third quarter here. We just need the teams to find the rhythm, and here's another one, Eric.
So that's 2 in a row for Virginia. Lars Tiffany hands to his head in disbelief after that sequence, as Harvard is right back on sequence. Right now and wide open in front is Graham Blake.
Graham and I had a discussion a few weeks ago. He thought I was being a little too difficult as him not being a Dodger, and I said, Graham, you got a great role as a shooter, and what's he do right there? A left-handed goal when his team needed it right on the doorstep. So Graham, I hope your ears are burning. You're doing a great job right when your team needs it.
Overall, going back to last season, and it is 8-3, and this is now just a total stunner in terms of where the score is right now. Virginia going quickly though, and they take advantage. Long stick goal from Tommy McNeil, his first of the season and just his 2nd point, and oh boy did Virginia need that. It's now 8-4.
Face-off, ground ball, a goal as a response, as a reaction to the Crimson stepping up. You see how fast that the Cavaliers can play. Virginia plays whistle to whistle. They're so dynamic, so athletic, and just gigantic physically. So that's a tough save for Christian Barnard to make on the hoop.
Dowling straight on, off the dodge, moving away from Erdman. Here's King up top this time. King got a rip and a save made by Nunes.
Was that a save or a post? That might have hit him right in the face, I think.
It got the mass, the way it deflected all the way out to the far side.
Shot clock resets to 60. This is a great possession for Harvard. 6 minutes to go in the third quarter here, excuse me.
They've definitely had more, as that's a good play by Nunes. Jumping out, getting possession that time away from Lucas Hilsenrath. But it's been more.
But here's a highlight matchup there, Millen and Martin Nelson.
Shot straight on. Pass comes to the side of the net, they score. Jack Boyden with his 2nd goal of the game. And the man from Tufts, after transferring into UVA after his strong D3 career, has 2, and UVA still trying to stay in contact. It's an 8-5 Harvard lead over second-ranked Virginia as Boyden cuts it back to a 3-goal deficit. Here is Jackson Green. Away from Yeager, the Harvard transfer. King set up, great chance here, and it bounces off of Nunes. That's Miles Botkiss, the junior.
From this announcer's point of view.
So Virginia with the opportunity, man up. They are 0 for 3 on the extra man so far today. Millen right in front, they take advantage this time. Good setup from Millen, and he hits Peyton Cormier for his 2nd goal of the game. And Virginia has clawed back to within 2, it's 8-6.
Virginia does a great job of moving personnel and forcing the defense to react. That's a great cross-crease look by Millen. Cormier does what he should. I think he has 3 or 4 points, and he's at the ball in a stick for 3 seconds. Just so efficient, and you can see Virginia's just throwing these passes on ropes. They know right where their teammates are going to be.
As we play here in the late stages of the 3rd quarter, still at single digits, which has not happened a ton for these two teams all season long. 8-1 Virginia, 6-2 Harvard. Spinning, what a chance from King. He got it right back, fakes a couple of times, and it just rolls out to the crease, but it's picked up. What a save by Nunes. Oh my, he stopped Spidell on the rebound chance, but then Harvard is awarded possession once again.
That last 5 seconds, we will see that on TV. Look at that, he's got Nunes on his butt who makes a save, and then they make the 2nd save on Spidell. This is incredible goaltending. That's his Heisman moment right there.
But then Harvard given possession right back here, so 2:02 remaining. And the Crimson to work on the offensive end. King sets up Malone, and he picks out the low corner. What a shot by Teddy Malone. His 2nd goal of the game makes it 9-6.
Sam King threw that pass, shall we say, with a little alacrity there out the backside through Teddy Malone. And Malone hits that low far corner. Shooters shoot, and that's what he did right there. That's an impossible save with time and room. Malone steps into it. Just got to line up for a faceoff when you get a chance like that.
Schellenberger gives it off for Corey. Here is McIntosh, just into the game, got it right back. Pass in transition, knocked down, and taken away by Harvard. Another loose ball picked up by the Crimson. Big rip score! Greg Campese, the senior. It's 10-6 Harvard.
Wow, that was an amazing goal, amazing transition. You can see how Harvard is playing so fast off the ground. And let's be honest, when he crossed that yellow line, we all knew what was going on. That high bouncer, probably over 100 miles an hour, just pins under the crossbar, and you can see the enthusiasm, and you can definitely hear it here at Jordan Field.
In front of a sold-out crowd here at Jordan Field. Here is McCabe Millen. Quick passing, low shot, score! Peyton Cormier has the hat trick.
Cormier with a hat trick and an assist, and he's had the ball for 4 seconds in his cross. So incredible. I personally love watching elite shooters. He is an elite shooter. You can see, watch this quick release. McCabe Millen gets that great cross-crease look, and he's in his windup as that ball's in the air. Very little you can do when you change planes so well. He drops that stick, and he just pins it right under the crossbar.
He's just 2 goals away now from cracking the top 5 in NCAA history in career goals. Here is Schellenberger. Schutz working to the middle away from O'Barry. Good pass set up, is knocked down by Barnard. Millen goes high with the pass. Finds Schutz against Darren. Knocked down. Ground ball right on the edge of the crease. That was open there momentarily as Barnard went out to try to help with the ground ball. Still trying to find it. And now it's whistled down. Schellenberger comes out for Millen. Schutz has had the ball quite a bit. Spins away, got his defender down, cycles around, a good shot from Ryan Colsey. And Virginia is back within 2.
That was a great shot by Colsey, who I don't even think looked at the goal. I think he just went off of repetition and memory there. Shoots it right off his shoulder, high to low. But great ball movement. You can see the Harvard defense reacts, and Virginia reacts to that. Here's Schutz, kind of runs over Sean Jordan a little bit. Slide comes from the inside, not the adjacent. And right there on the man, but Colsey gets his hands going way too fast for Harvard to catch up. And here we are. It's a 2-goal game, just about 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Just couldn't have picked out a better spot for that shot. So Colsey, you can see it though, Virginia is starting to win some faceoffs. They've won all 4 in this fourth quarter so far. After Harvard had a pretty big advantage at that spot early on in this game, it's now back to basically even for the day. Quick passing in front, turning, shot goes! Truett Sunderland brings Virginia within 1.
That is a huge goal from the Calvert Hall product. Came to college as an attackman. He's playing on this in this midfield group for the University of Virginia. You can see the Cavaliers push from behind the goal, and then they move the ball right back to the GLE. Here's your initiation dodge. The split to the roll, he pushes the ball up high, and you can see that huge passing lane, and there it is. Great cut, great finish by Truett Sunderland.
3rd goal of the season for the Baltimore native. Late in the possession here for Virginia. Shot's got in front, he scores! And he ties the game at 10. 4 goals in a row for Virginia.
There's your reaction to the no-slide defense for Harvard. Virginia's just going to post up here on the chalk right there, back in. Great inside roll, same hand dodge. He had a little something to say to Logan Ipp, it looked like. But that is a tough matchup for Owen Guest. Griffin Schutz is a monster on the GLE there. Very little you can do.
Competitive right down to the end here, 10-10 with 6:47 to go. Virginia defender lost a footing, but the pass was thrown behind the Harvard man. It's out to midfield on the ground ball.
Let's call that an unforced turnover on Chase Yeager, who was a member of the Crimson for the last 3 years. I'm sure these Crimson players would love to go on him to go to the goal.
Here's off the turnover. Cormier's shot is stopped. Big save there for Barnard on Cormier.
That's a change in attack philosophy there for Coach Hutchinson in this Crimson offense.
Green had it taken away. Really good play by Will Erdman to cause the turnover.
Eric, it's almost like Will Erdman has sponsored the last 10 minutes here. You've said his name more than any other name, and that is a really big turnover for UVA.
It'll go down as his first caused turnover. He has 2 ground balls as well, but his impact's felt bigger than that. All the way in is Nunes. He scores! Matthew Nunes has given Virginia the lead.
Christian Barnard scores a couple goals here and there. Matt Nunes, that's a huge goal. We'll wonder if they'll get a sideline penalty for that celebration. The whole team pours over, but that was a massive, massive play. You can see Harvard leaning into their ride a little bit, but it gives Matt Nunes the Broadway right down the center of the field. We talked about it in the pregame. The middle of the field, so critical. That's a huge goal.
I mean, I feel like if your goalie scores, your sideline should be allowed to do whatever they want. Right? Is that
I agree.
An addendum to the rule?
I agree to that, and obviously no flag thrown, so the officials are into the atmosphere here today.
So not only the incredible nature of the goalie scoring a goal, but more importantly, it gives Virginia the lead for the first time since this game was 2-1.
Harvard's been looking for stretch shooters all year with Gaffney and Perry not playing, but they've done a great job of scoring a ton of assisted goals and finding each other.
Here's a quick chance. That got knocked down. Harvard quickly picks it up here. 4:15 remaining.
But this is the time where Virginia's going to grow up. Coach Tiffany talked about a young team. Well, here we go.
Here is Schellenberger trying to come around. Quick pass. Cormier fakes once and scores. 4th goal of the game for Cormier. And Virginia from down 10-6 to up 12-10 with 2:37 to go.
Wow, that was an incredible finish in tight. He caught that with enough time in his world to fake, move the goalie, and then finish. He is a giant among men on this field. You see that fake and he changes planes. Young shooters, follow this young man's career. He's showing you how to do it. When we talked to Coach Tiffany in the pregame phone call, I think he was stunned at how big we thought the audience would be, how big the crowd would be, but the weather played its part, and what a great game it's been so far.
What a job by Virginia to weather the storm. Barnard's going to be more aggressive here with Harvard down by 2, trying to need possession here. Down to 10 seconds remaining on the sequence. Net's open and they score. Ben Weyer scores his 5th of the year, and the dagger for Virginia.
Wow, that was a really, really impressive goal. After getting chased around the field, that's like a 15, 18-yard standstill shot that was moving. Christian Barnard did his best, but that's 2 steps in from the restraining box. That is a rocket. You can tell, I bet these players of Virginia do a lot of these shooting drills for the defensive kids as well, but what a final quarter if you're a Wahoo fan.
They don't have to even take another shot. Still on the man up here with 5 seconds remaining on it because of when the reset came. So it's McCabe Millen, who had 3 assists today for UVA, but it was Cormier with 4 goals. But really the star of the show is Nunes, who made a really impressive 16 saves to go along with the go-ahead and game-winning goal. And Virginia, with 7 unanswered, beats Harvard 13-10 to move to 9-1.